It is widely known by directors that casting your film is 70% of a director's job. And those actors can't get where you need them to get emotionally, physically, whatever it is during the movie shoot. There are going to be some long days. If you do cast correctly and with minimal adjustments needed for your actors, then you can focus more on telling a story with pictures. And that is what we're going to talk about today. How do you cast your film? Number one, don't assume that everybody wants to work in your film. Just because you've got a part available doesn't mean everybody wants to be a part of it. Even if you're shooting on the best gear and offering meals, that doesn't necessarily mean that those actors you want to be part of your film. Yes, actors want the demo reel and the experience, but they will not take it unless it helps their demo reel and helps them get more work in the future. That's fair enough. 2, this goes completely against what I just said. Assume that every actor wants the part that you're offering. Now you have to cast with confidence, and you have to know that you've written great characters. You have to know that you're providing what you need to provide in order for these people to want to be part of your experience. So cast with confidence in yourself and in your project. 3, have a proper breakdown of each character in your film so that when you go to cast it, you'll know who the character is, where they came from, what their idiosyncrasies are, their style of speaking, and some emotional aspects about that character to help those actors relate with them so that you get a better audition from them. And it will help the actor know if they're even in the ballpark and want to submit. 4, have a specific character type or picture in mind for each character. This helps so much when you are casting your parts, because if you know what you want them to look like, you can communicate that to potential actors. Go through Google Images, find pictures of actors that are popular, that other people may know, grab their picture and say, this character is a Jeff Daniels type. This character is an Emma Stone type. That will really help the actors understand if they are going to be fitting for that part or anywhere close. And you don't have to stick to it exactly, but at least you understand that this character looks like this, and the chemistry next to this character who looks like this is fitting for what you're going for. If it's not, adjust a little bit. 5, set a date for your film shoot. Once it's on the calendar, something clicks in your brain. It becomes real. It becomes essential that you get these things done so you can shoot on that date. How is an actor going to commit to you and your project if you don't even know when you need them? You have to have shooting dates and times for those actors before you go to get actors. Then you can calendar it, things just start rolling on and everything starts falling into place. So put it in the calendar and be confident about it. Once you have the character breakdowns written and your shooting dates calendared, and you know the general look of your characters, then you're ready to scour the social media sites for acting groups and pages. Here in San Diego, there's an acting group with over 12,000 members in it. That's a lot of casting. Go through the group in your area, click on the members list, and they're all right there for you to take a look at their headshots. If they don't have a headshot and haven't been active for a while, they're probably not a good option. But if they call themselves an actor, they present themselves as an actor in that group, this is your best way to get a hold of somebody right now. If you like any of those people, what I do is I just bookmark some people, then I'll just send them a PM and I'll say, listen, I'm a producer, I'm a filmmaker, I'm a director, I'm a writer. I would love to send you some sides if you feel like reading for this part. And then you share the character breakdown or post wherever it is you put it. If you're not into just PMing some actors, then you could just post your casting within that page. However, you don't know what you're going to get there. I'm a big fan of going and finding my talent. Sometimes if you let the talent come to you, they may be hungry, but they might not be right, if you know what I mean. So you have to go and find your right talent. 7, if you don't have the time to scour the interwebs for all those things casting, there are casting directors that you can get to help you out. Now, it's going to come at a cost. Casting directors don't work for free. It's their job. It's what they do really well. They have a book of a bunch of people that they like to cast and put in things. However, have some money ready for that process. It could be hundreds of dollars if it's just a couple easy castings and you know exactly what you want and you only need them for a day or so. Or it could be a couple of $1,000s if you're trying to go after agent-represented union talent, depending on what has to be arranged and set up. And that leads me to my next number. Is your project union or non-union? If you are going union, the Screen Actors Guild has a lot of hoops you have to jump through and some costs you're going to have to deal with. Now, they do have an ultra-low budget schedule, which you can get on, brings actors in the union at $100 a day. Don't be fooled. There will be deferred pay if your film does make any money. That money is pretty much going to go to those actors. Also, you're going to have to pay insurance, liability. You're going to have to put in their retirement stuff. So there's a lot you're going to have to deal with, including getting a SAG signatory. So these things become more muddled and complex as you go along. But the union exists there mainly, I believe, for top tier SAG actors, not necessarily for the people who have just jumped in, because those are the people you can replace with non-union actors who haven't yet joined the union. The union doesn't really like to muddle up people. It's kind of like wizards and muggles. I don't know. If you are a non-union production, it will take time to find the right talent that is non-union that will actually be able to fit your part. But if you're willing to look for that person and don't want to jump through all the hoops for Screen Actors Guild, then now's your time. Start by contacting actors directly, as I mentioned earlier, through social media sites, PMs. Get in touch with them. Ask them if you can send them the sides, which are just pages from the script. Be minimal now here. We're talking about a page, maybe two max, that you really think represents the character. Then ask them to make a video of themselves in that character and reading those lines. Hopefully, they're not reading the lines, but they're delivering the lines memorized. If they are memorized, that is a great start. You know that they're committed to it. You know that they'll be able to take direction because they've memorized something, and now all they have to do is hear your words, adjust some things, re-deliver. If they're holding on to the script the whole time, they don't really know the dialogue, and they can't really deliver anything deep, that might be a problem and a red flag up front. If they can't make strong character choices either, then that's also something to be aware of. But if they've memorized it, you know they're at least professional, and you can probably count on them being there when they're asked. Now, if you like what you've seen from that actor in their video audition, then ask for a Skype interview. And it's an easy way to get a couple people together just to have a conversation. Explain to them a little bit more about your project. They want to hear it. See if they're conversational. See if they have a reasonable personality to hold a conversation and somebody that might fit within your cast and crew you already have. If so, and you're comfortable with them and it's a non-union thing and you're really not paying anything, well, you've already had them do a video audition for you and they did a video interaction with you. Now you know what they look like, what they sound like, how they act. Are they professional, and can they make any kind of acting choices you're going to stand behind? That's a pretty good breakdown of all those things to know at a non-union level with very little to no pay that they will be fit for the job. I've cast it that way plenty of times, and I've had really good success with it. And remember, if this is non-union and non-paying, you want to keep the costs down for them to travel and the time. You have to let them know you respect their time. So the Skype interview is a very good way to go. However, if it is a union gig or even a higher paying non-union gig, and you feel like it's necessary to meet them in person and shake their hand, then do so. It's very important you feel comfortable going into your shoot with somebody you feel is right for the part and that you can work with. With that said, please don't host a meeting in your home for the first time. That is very unprofessional. At the very least, find a cafe near you or in between the two of you so that you can meet there, discuss, go over things. Or there are plenty of rental casting places that you can find where casting directors hold castings or other people hold castings. If it's something where you know in the movie their character's going to have to eat a lot, take them out to lunch, buy them something that you're going to feed them on set, see what they look like, see how they handle silverware, see how they handle themselves with napkins and their etiquette or not etiquette, whatever it is that you're looking for. 11. What is the going rate for a non-union actor? Copy, credit, and meals. That's what it is. If it's a paying gig, you'll get more professional actors on board. You're still going to provide them copy, credit, meals, and whatever it is per day on set. Now, it's got to be defined between you and them and put in paper. Copy means that you are going to provide them a copy of the final professionally edited footage for them to use in their demo reel. Credit means that you are going to give them credit at the end of the movie where it's due. Also, you're going to give them credit on IMDb where you'll post your film, because that's where we build our resumes, and they're looking for a resume builder, just like you are. And meals, you must feed people every 4 hours on set. If you do not, they have no reason to stay. People need to eat. And please, please don't order pizza because that is amateur hour. And always make sure that you have a craft services table that's available for them with snacks, drinks, and anything else they need. Actors love coffee. 12 is gigantic. You must have actors and anybody on board of your project on a contract. Do not let anybody on your set, unless they have a contract between you and them, defining what their job description is, what character they're playing, how much they're getting paid, when they're going to be there, and all the other things that you need to feel comfortable with in your contract. Do yourself a favor and have an entertainment attorney look it over and make sure it's fine, or purchase one from online. There's plenty available online, and then you can have it tweaked to fit your standards and what you're looking for. But if it's not on paper, it doesn't exist. Please make sure you have that, because if you don't and you go to sell this movie, if it does get picked up and you get paid for it at all, well, that actor or that crew member who did not sign a contract would come back to you and say, hey, wait a minute. You owe me this, that, or the other. Let's sign a contract. And you don't want that on the back end. And you don't want the liability in case something goes down or anybody gets hurt. This is a mandatory thing. Get a contract going. And here's a bonus tip. Please remember to put in your agreement with them that they will make themselves available to shoot behind the scenes footage and interviews for you to help you with your marketing. This is essential for your marketing campaign for your film. To wrap it up, please make sure that you treat all of your cast and potential crew with respect and dignity. These are working people, they're artists, they want to be able to work with people who respect them, just like you want to be respected. So if you say you're gonna do something, you should definitely do it. If you say you're gonna meet somebody somewhere, meet them there, be early. You are supposed to be the captain of this ship, so make sure that they understand, and that is true, and you will back your word, and you will be there for them. And that will make them feel so much more comfortable. I know this has been a long one, but I hope it's been useful. Comment below if you have any ideas that I missed, or if there's something that you want explanation about. Click the like button if you are into casting. Subscribe, because I post every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and I will see you on the next one.